Buckle up, everybody. We are John and Tara Thorman, your money coaches.
That's right. And in today's video, we want to get personal with you and talk a little bit about the dramatic event that caused us to completely change our lives and start this YouTube channel, right? And we're going to jump right into it as soon as you crush that like button and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah,
All right. So let's begin, okay? A brief history and the event that, changed our life, and then how we responded to it. Some things that we stopped doing, some things we started doing, and then how we recovered, right? And then the reinvention of John and Tara Thorman, and finally where we are now on our journey that we're so thankful and grateful for, that we want to talk to you some more about.
We would like to encourage and inspire you to make change and live your best life too.
That's right.
So in the spring of 2020, our lives were very messy, very messy. We were failing miserably, terribly unhappy. It seemed that there was nothing good going on in our life. It seemed like everything was failing.
Our mental fitness,
Yeah.
fail. Physical fitness,
Spiritual fitness, financial fitness. Yeah.
not good. We had like F's all across the grade report
Yes.
card.
Failing.
Yeah.
It was so difficult, so hard. I was terribly unhappy, and I had been for years. And our relationship was really, it was no good.
It was no good.
And no peace.
And I was terribly unhappy and had been for years. So picture husband and wife, both of them unhappy and miserable for years, okay? And for me personally, there was no peace at home. I mean, I didn't want to be at home. It was going to be bad, right? It was just not going to be good. And we were constantly fighting.
And picking and poking.
It was exhausting. So, yeah, we were not in a good place. We couldn't talk about anything, and especially about money, because guaranteed it was going to end with a loud fight that left us, can you be negative? We talk about our emotional gas tank. Well, it was worse than zero, right? Like we were in the negative.
Yeah.
So I personally felt like I was going down in flames, right? And I had to get out. I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to get out. So finally, I said to Tara one day, I said, listen, this isn't working. You're unhealthy. I'm unhealthy. Our relationship is toxic, and I can't do it anymore. I can't stay married to you anymore. I was done.
Yep, that is exactly what he said.
And it was awful.
Yeah.
And we bawled.
We did, and I was very surprised. And even though things were so bad, and I was very surprised at that. That was not an end for me. That was not a choice to pick.
And I was surprised. Like, how can you tell me that's not what you want? Like, have you not been listening to the words coming out of your mouth? Because that's what you were telling me, is that if you're unhappy, get out, divorce me, be gone, and it was terrible.
Right.
This gets better, folks. Hang in with us, okay? Like, there's a bright lining coming because we're still married.
Yeah.
So we needed more than a makeover, okay? We needed more than just to reinvent ourselves. I mean, we needed an emergency, extreme transformation, right? We need, honestly, we needed a miracle because it was, I was done. Like, it was bad. I was done. So here's what happened. I went into the guest room on the other side of the house, and Tara went into counseling.
I did.
Right? And you started calling your girlfriends and saying, you need to pray.
Right. And my dad and my brother and sister, and we had a lot of people praying.
And I needed peace, and I needed some happiness, and we just had to change our life. So, right? Yuck, like it's gross. So it was a hard time, brutal for like 6 months. But I want to fast forward, skip over all the gory details, okay?
God began to work, though, immediately.
He did.
He did.
God showed up and started working on both of us.
He was on the move.
Yeah.
To do those things that only God can do.
Right. So, at some point, we got, malleable. We were willing to make some changes. So,
well, and I'm going to just interject really quick.
Yeah.
I mean, COVID was full blown at this time.
Oh my gosh.
And one of the decisions that we did make, it was kind of a logical, obvious one. We're going to stay in the home together. So we did do that. And in doing that, though, It kind of forced us to face things that instead of turning our back on it, we had to face it, which was a very good thing.
Right.
We asked for our hearts to be changed. I did immediately.
I did much later, but
right.
I did. Yeah.
So go back
we stopped doing some things right away. So
right away,
there was going to be peace in the home, right? So we removed anything that was negative or unhealthy or distracting in our life, like no news, right? I mean, that's a downer, right? Who wants to do that? And we went underground, basically. Like I quit. I was on a couple of boards,
right?
And my time was up, and I didn't I got off of the boards. I resigned from one or didn't renew from one, and my timed out on another one. And it's like, I am not doing this anymore. So we went underground. We retreated, and we removed ourselves basically from just about everyone and everything that we were doing, which wasn't that terribly hard because it was COVID. So there wasn't a whole lot going on, but we secluded and isolated ourselves.
I often say our home, that tomb became a womb of healing.
Right.
And that is what happened in so many of these things.
So another big important thing that we stopped doing was we stopped talking about contentious issues in the nighttime.
Yes.
Because that was awful.
Right. And that was very good. We knew that they were there.
Yeah.
But that we would make a better choice to talk about them at a better time.
Right.
And specific money.
Right.
And anything that had to do
any financial stuff.
With money.
Right.
We were ignoring, our mail, our emails, phone, anything that had to do with
No, we just cut off all the negativity that we could, right? Oh, and the other thing was, at some point, we had to get to the place where it's like, I'm not going to blame you, and I'm not going to shame you, right? Like, no blame, no shame. We have to reach this place of some kind of forgiveness that we had to extend to ourselves. We had to forgive ourselves for screwing up, and we had to forgive each other for screwing up. Now, this is good. What do we start doing?
Well, we did start on peace. Whatever would bring that into our home, meaning whatever we were listening to, watching, that is going to grow. So we wanted to put up here what was going to grow, not what was negative, right?
Things that were healthy that we wanted to cultivate and grow and encourage, right? And again, like we mentioned, forgiveness, right? We had to be sorry, forgive ourselves, forgive each other. And we challenged and held ourselves accountable to only speak with loving kindness. Right? No more harshness, no more negative words or anything. We started doing things together. So we were intentional. So, and this is really interesting. We talk about being physically fit, mentally fit, spiritually fit, and financially fit. Well, they all work together, right? There's synergism. And so we started exercising together.
Right.
And then we would come home and get all cleaned up, and then we would read together and talk about what we learned or what we listened to while we were walking. And then we would do that first, and then we would read a good book together, and then we would go eat breakfast together. So we were intentional about spending quality time, which so happened to be your primary love language.
Yeah.
And we never had that before in our marriage, right? So that was interesting. And we started having some fun. We started playing billiards. We had a great pool table in a room in our house, and
so fun.
We started doing that every afternoon together.
Which I did not know how to play. Like at all. Like I was awful. I was not good, and I became very good though.
Yes, you did. That's right, honey.
So fun.
And Sundays became Champagne Sunday brunch day, and then we would share our love for music together by doing research and different artists, right, and listening to their music and just talking about it. And then we picked up a game that we could play together at night, which was a dice game called Farkle. Shout out to Betty and Eddie for introducing us to that game. So that was fun. So those are some of the things that we did, right?
On purpose, with purpose.
Dramatic event of, getting a divorce and just being in such a bad place, and then trying to recover from that intentionally. And that healing process, once we agreed to come back together and start working on this, we had at least 2 years of healing and growing together intentionally and working on our mindset and our skill set and our tool set. we got to this place. It's like, okay, what are we going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we wanted more out of our lives.
Right.
And we wanted to live, and we wanted to have experiences, and we wanted to, see what we were capable of. And we went from not wanting to be in the same room together to wanting to be together all the time and work together.
Right.
And we talked about, this life, we got this, more behind us than ahead of us. So how do we want to take the years we have left and max them out?
That's right.
Right? So it's like, well, we want to do work. We want to do meaningful work that'll make an impact and help other people.
Right.
So we didn't want to just exist, right? We wanted to squeeze all the juice out of this
that we could.
life, right? So we thought, well, we should have a freedom and adventure tour.
Right.
So we're thinking, how could we design a life on purpose that we loved? And that's what brought us to being financial coaches. Right? Because I was a financial advisor, which that was not something that you wanted to do, or we wanted to make an impact. And we said, oh, well, we can be financial coaches. You can coach people, right? You're great at asking questions and delving and going deep with people. And we can put our skill sets together as financial coaches and really make a positive impact and help people. So it's like, okay, cool. We want to be financial coaches. And so we started, going through training programs and reading books and courses and doing all that kind of stuff so we could be really great coaches. And then what?
And
then we decided, okay, well, let's do this on YouTube, right? Because we could reach more people on YouTube and bring value to way more people than we ever could, talking to people one-on-one, right? And our inspiration there was my brother, Jeff, who has an enormous YouTube channel. It's called Home Renovision DIY. So on his channel, he teaches homeowners how to do all their own home improvement projects. And he's been doing it for like 8 or 9 years now and has, millions of subscribers. And it's like, you know what, that's awesome. Why don't we do that together? That would be a great avenue for us to express our creativity and to be able to, bring education and help and coaching to all kinds of people. So that's what we did. So we decided financial success coach on YouTube. And then it's like, well, we want to have our freedom and adventure tour. So this all works because we can do financial coaching and our YouTube channel from anywhere.
Because we ended up selling our home.
Well, that's what we decided to do. Was do it anywhere, right? We wanted to travel. So now we're going to be traveling financial coaches, right? So one day, just kind of, I don't know, casually, I brought this up. I said to Tara, I said, hey, babe, what do you think? Why don't we just sell everything and travel full time?
And I said, okay.
Before the words finished coming out of my mouth, I am not kidding you, you were like, yes, let's do it. And I was like, wait a minute, what? My wife was just here a second ago. What did you do with her? Like, where did she go? I couldn't believe your response. So that's crazy, right? So then it's just like, okay, start making plans. So we're going to travel and do meaningful work that makes a difference and impacts lives and have great experiences and go see the people that we love and haven't been able to see in years because of COVID and just all the other stuff, right? So we set on this course to sell everything. And man, has that been a journey, right? Man, we had a really great house that we loved. We had 2 cars that we loved. I mean, we got all the years of marriage and all the stuff you accumulate, So we started doing it. And we did it.
We did it.
And we've been doing it. Like, we have been on the road traveling for over a year.
Wow.
Right? Since September of 22.
Right.
Almost a year and a half. And we just got back. I mean, we were just, if we go backwards, we were a month in Ohio visiting your dad for his birthday and friends. And then we were 2 months before that. We spent 2 months in North Carolina. And we were in Florida at a few different places. And now we're back in Florida to spend the rest of the winter. And this is awesome because we're in a condo right on Daytona Beach shore. So we've never lived or spent time on a beach before. So this is awesome. So we're doing it, right?
We are.
And you are witness to the fact that we are doing it. And our hearts are full filled with thanksgivingfulness
Mm-hmm.
at what God has brought us through,
Mm-hmm.
and for the quality of our healthy relationship, right? And the fun adventures we're having and the opportunity to make a difference,
Right.
to help other people improve their relationship with money and with their spouse.
Right.
We understand hard times,
Hard.
right? Hard.
Almost quit hard.
Almost quit hard. We almost did quit hard.
Yeah.
I did quit and you pulled me back, right?
Mm.
We have been there, so we understand, and
Mm.
we also know a lot about personal finances. I mean, I'm a licensed advisor, for heaven's sake, and I've been doing this for nearly 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the last couple of years has been really cool because I've dug deeper into some of the other parts of personal finance that I really didn't touch before. So I've learned a whole lot in the last couple of years. Like, it's exciting. Like, I'm so excited about the new things that I learned, and the dramatic impact it can have on your personal financial life.
That's right.
Help you get out of debt faster, help you accumulate wealth faster. I mean, just it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, anything else you want to share?
Yeah. So I'm just so thankful.
Don't do this alone. Work with a coach.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to help you, and there's great resources. I mean, some of our best resources. You would say number one,
Your Bible.
mm-hmm. Right? Powerful.
Most powerful resource you could have.
And then number two,
Prayer.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It
Camel knees. Right?
The worship music. Oh man, I could go on and on.
Yeah,
about
the music. So much healing in music.
And I personally began to journal, and my sister Annie really encouraged me to do that. What I'm most thankful for in journaling is I have been going back to see how far we have come, how
Right.
far God has brought us.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just so amazing in the big and the little things. So you don't have to love to journal. Just write down something in a day so that you can look back and see where you were.
Mm-hmm. What your thinking was, right?
And that too. Yes, there are some in my entries. You know, I'm writing really big. I'm so angry at something. It would take up a whole page, and now everything is neat and orderly, and it is there's so
Calm,
right
peace.
Yeah, man, my writing shows peace. Anything by Dr. Caroline Leaf, she's amazing.
Neuroscientist,
Scientist,
right? Yeah. And we just did a lot of personal development, and
Yes.
spent time to improve our thinking. And so we read, Greatness by Dr. David Cook. He is a renowned
So good.
performance and sports psychologist. Love that book,
The
Greatness.
stories are so crazy.
Right?
Oh my goodness, that's a must read. Ed Milet's The Power of One More,
That was really good. And we read that together every
yeah.
morning.
and then to see his interview with Damon West on his man, what a
The Coffee Bean.
Yeah.
So inspiring.
agent change.
Tim Tebow's devotional, Mission Possible.
Another
Good one if you're looking for a devotional. Atomic Habits was really good. I loved 10X is easier than 2X. I mean, there's so many. We've read dozens of books over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I want to encourage you, feed your mind, right? It's all of them
This
together.
one, you can see that.
Oh, the prayers?
Yeah, Dangerous Prayers. They're simple, just from very famous people. I love it. Put everything. Can you see? That's another great one. Oh, in the very beginning, something that was so inspiring was any music from the Rocky theme,
Oh, yeah.
because I was running not very far and not very fast, but I just wanted to keep, one foot in front of the other, and it was, and his story. Oh man,
Right. That's a great
it's just I love
overcoming
it. Yeah.
story too, right? But remember, guys, they all work together, okay? If you improve your physical fitness, it'll impact your mental fitness.
Right.
It'll impact your spiritual fitness, and that'll impact your financial fitness.
That's right.
So they all work together.
They do.
So, and if you work on all of them a little bit at a time, it's an exponential effect, right?
So good.
So here we are. We're continuing our journey. We just are looking to extend and expand and grow and do meaningful work with people that makes an impact and help them change their life. We know and believe deep in our soul that you can change your life too.
You can.
So, yeah, drop some comments. We'd love to answer some questions. If you want some personal financial coaching, we're here. We're available. And, schedule a time. Well, there'll be a link down in the box below. But
So good.
that's a little bit about us. Hope you found it interesting. I hope, most of all, that you're encouraged to make change in your life and not settle. Don't settle. Go after it. Go get the life that you want to live.
Never give up.
And that.
Never ring that bell.
The never give up. It reminds me of that cartoon where the frog is in the mouth of the big bird, but the frog's hands are around the neck.
Oh.
Hoping to strangle the bird, right, so he can get out before he gets swallowed. Never give up.
Ever.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And if you haven't, be sure to crush that like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Let's grow this thing. Let's go make an impact and help lots of people. All right?
Love you, honey.
Love you too,
Good
baby.
job. Thank you.
See you on the next one.